What if your dreams weren't just dreams, but memories from a past life? What if the person you love now you've loved before, and before that? What if everything you knew about love was wrong? Welcome back to Lovers of the Moonlit Past. In the last episode, Hae-Jin and So-Ri felt a connection they couldn't explain. But tonight, everything changes. Secrets will be revealed. A curse will unfold. And love, it will be tested like never before. Are you ready for the truth? Let's begin. The curse unfolds. The next morning at his architecture firm, Hae-Jin walks in, his exhaustion evident in the slump of his shoulders. Ji-hoon, his cheerful yet observant colleague, greets him with a teasing smile. "You look like you've been fighting ghosts all night," Ji-hoon quips, sipping his coffee. Hae-Jin forces a small laugh, taking a seat at his desk. "Just a rough night. Couldn't sleep," he replies. But Ji-hoon isn't convinced. His eyes narrow as he leans closer. "You've been obsessed with that temple project lately. Are you sure this isn't personal?" Hae-Jin freezes for a moment, then shakes his head. "It's just work, Ji-hoon. Don't overthink it." Ji-hoon smirks but doesn't press further. "All right, but don't let it consume you. We've got a big client meeting tomorrow." As Ji-hoon walks away, Hae-Jin pulls out the pendant from his pocket, turning it over in his hand. The intricate design feels like a riddle, one he's both desperate and afraid to solve. Later, Hae-Jin found himself walking to the temple again. He had to. Something kept pulling him there, like an invisible thread. When he stepped inside, he saw So-Ri sitting alone by the altar, her eyes closed as if listening to something only she could hear. He walked slowly toward her. "So-Ri," he called softly. She jumped, her eyes wide with surprise. "Oh, Hae-Jin, you startled me." But there was something about her today. Her smile seemed sadder, like she was carrying a heavy secret. Hae-Jin sat next to her, trying to talk, but all he could think about was the dream. "Have you ever had a dream that felt real, like it happened before?" he asked. So-Ri's eyes flickered, and for a second, Hae-Jin could swear she looked scared. "Dreams can be tricky," she said quietly, avoiding his gaze. That night, Hae-Jin sits at his desk, surrounded by sketches of the temple. The dream plays on repeat in his mind, the woman's voice echoing louder with each memory. His phone buzzes, breaking the silence. It's Ji-hoon. "You left early today. Everything okay?" Ji-hoon asks. "Yeah, just needed some air," Hae-Jin replies. Ji-hoon hesitates. "Look, if something's going on, you can talk to me. Just don't let this project consume you. Sometimes, things from the past are better left there." Hae-Jin ends the call, his gaze shifting to the pendant. He picks it up, holding it to the light. For a moment, it glows faintly, a soft golden hue illuminating the room. His grip tightens. "Why can't I let this go?" he whispers, his voice heavy with frustration. Meanwhile, So-Ri sits alone in her small apartment, the city lights twinkling outside her window. She pulls out a worn journal, flipping through its pages. Inside are sketches of the temple and a face, Hae-Jin's face. Her fingers trace the lines of the drawing, tears welling up in her eyes. "Why now?" she whispers, her voice cracking. "Why him?" She clenched her fists. "I can't let him find out," she murmured to herself. "I can't let him remember." But she knew. It was only a matter of time before he did. She closes the journal, locking it in a drawer. But as she lies in bed, the memories refuse to fade. It's a bright afternoon, and So-Ri sits in her favorite little cafe, holding a cup of tea in her hands. She stares out the window, lost in her thoughts, thinking about the curse that's been following her for years. It's something she can't escape. She knows that if she gets too close to Hae-Jin, she'll lose him just like she's lost everyone else before. But she can't stop herself from liking him. So-Ri sighs and takes a deep breath, ready to tell her best friend, Min-young, the truth. She has to. So-Ri whispers, Min-young, I think it's happening again. Min-young, concerned. What's happening? You look like you're about to cry. So-Ri, tears in her eyes. The curse, I've started to feel it. Every time I fall for someone, I forget everything. Their face, their voice, everything. Min-young looks at her, shocked. She can't believe it's happening again. Later that night, Hae-Jin tossed and turned in his bed again. This time, the dream was clearer. He saw So-Ri standing by the river with him, but this time, she was smiling. Their hands touched, and suddenly he remembered he had loved her in another life in a time long ago. Hae-Jin shot up, gasping. What is happening to me? His heart pounded in his chest, and all he could think about was one thing, So-Ri. But what did it all mean? Why did he feel like their love story was a never-ending cycle? The next day, Hae-Jin couldn't stop thinking about his dream. He knew he had to talk to So-Ri. He couldn't keep this feeling to himself anymore. He found her in the temple again, lost in her thoughts. So-Ri, he said, his voice shaking, I don't know what's happening, but I think we've met before. In my dreams. I think I've loved you before. So-Ri froze. Her heart raced. She knew it. He was starting to remember something. Something from their past. She had to stop it before it was too late. Hae-Jin, she said, I'm not who you think I am. There's something about me you don't know. And if you get too close, I might forget you again. Hae-Jin blinked, confused. What do you mean? You're not making any sense. I'm cursed, Hae-Jin. She said, every time I fall in love, I forget the person I love. It's like a cycle that never ends. And you're going to make me forget, too. Hae-Jin's mind couldn't understand it. He wanted to laugh and say it was all crazy, but something in his heart told him she was telling the truth. He could see the sadness in her eyes. She wasn't lying. But I won't let you forget me. I won't let that happen. I'll fight for you. So-Ri shook her head, tears slipping down her face. You don't understand. The more we try to fight it, the worse it gets. It's better if you walk away now. Please. Hae-Jin, I don't want you to suffer the way I have. Hae-Jin stood there, staring at So-Ri, his heart torn. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to walk away. But if the curse was real, could they ever truly be together? Suddenly, So-Ri grabbed his hand, her eyes filled with something new. Hope. Wait. She said, there's a way. There has to be a way to break this curse. I just need to remember what I've forgotten. Hae-Jin squeezed her hand. Then let's do it. Together. We'll figure it out. So-Ri, I won't give up. And just like that, a new chapter began. Love should be simple, but for them, it never is. A curse stands between them, and now they have a choice. Fight for love or let it slip away again. But the question is, can they truly break the curse? Or is their love doomed to be lost over and over again? Find out in episode 3. Don't miss it. If you subscribe, then turn on notifications. And if you haven't, do well to subscribe now to join our amazing community. Do you think Hae-Jin can break the curse? Or is love doomed to repeat? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video to your family and friends. See you in the next video.